Welcome, and thanks for being here. Tonight, we're exploring the world of Pokémon Phantasmal Flames, one soft fact at a time, slow, calm, and peaceful enough to drift off to. But before we begin, a warning: if you don't subscribe, your next Elite Trainer box will contain 9 code cards and 1 reverse holo common Bidoof. I don't make the rules, that's just how the Pokemon gods work. So, if you enjoy relaxing videos like this, soft TCG facts, cozy late night openings, or just something calm to fall asleep to, subscribing helps more than you know. We're growing with every video, and you're a part of that. Thank you. Now get comfortable, let your breathing slow down, let your mind settle, because from here on, it's just you, the quiet, and 150 Phantasmal Flames facts, one gentle moment at a time. Phantasmal Flames is known as the second main expansion in the Mega Evolution era of the Pokemon trading card game. It builds on the foundation set before it, continuing the theme of powerful megaforms and updated card mechanics. Many collectors see this expansion as a natural continuation of a bigger story, one where Mega Evolution returns not just as a nostalgic feature, but as a modern, refined part of the TCG experience. With its unique tone and strong identity, Phantasmal Flames establishes itself as a memorable chapter in this new era of Pokemon cards. The worldwide release date for Phantasmal Flames was November 14th, 2025, and the rollout was met with a mix of excitement, curiosity, and a bit of collector chaos. For many players, release day isn't just about opening packs. It's about the shared anticipation, the smell of new cards, and the hope that maybe, just maybe, something rare is waiting. The date marks more than a launch. It marks a moment many collectors remember, especially those who enjoy following every step of the modern Pokemon TCG timeline. One of the defining features of Phantasmal Flames is its emphasis on Mega Evolution Pokemon X. These cards act as the face of the set, bringing a strong competitive presence alongside flashy collector appeal. Mega Charizard XX especially became a focal point, a fiery emblem of raw power showcased in marketing, packaging, and pull videos. For many fans, the return of Mega Evolution in such a dramatic format felt like witnessing a beloved mechanic being reborn with new confidence and modern flair. The expansion contains over 120 cards in its standard lineup, not counting extra rarities or chase cards, making the set feel full and layered. With a mixture of staple cards, support options, Pokemon X, and specialty artworks, the card list offers something for every type of collector, whether someone is building decks, filling binders, or chasing high-end pulls. That size also makes opening packs feel unpredictable, with enough variety to keep excitement steady throughout a box or multiple sessions of collecting. When counting alternate artworks and premium versions, collectors have identified around 130 total cards in the set, although only 94 of them appear as unique entries. This means many cards exist in multiple forms: regular prints, full arts, illustration rares, or even gold tier variants. For collectors who enjoy mastering a complete binder layout, this structure creates a challenge that feels both achievable and exciting. It balances accessibility with rarity, letting both casual and dedicated collectors find enjoyment in opening the set. Phantasmal Flames follows the earlier Mega Evolution expansion, continuing the reintroduction of Mega Pokemon X into the modern TCG. This structure gives the set a sense of continuity, as if each release builds on the last, shaping a full environment for Mega-themed gameplay and collecting. The return of Mega Evolution feels intentional rather than nostalgic, blending memory and modern design. For longtime fans, this progression feels comforting, like watching something familiar grow into something even better. The mascot of the set is Mega Charizard XX, featured prominently on booster artwork, elite trainer boxes, and promotional materials. Its glowing blue flames and dramatic design immediately communicate the tone of the set: intense, bold, and unforgettable. Whenever Mega Charizard appears on a product, it creates a sense of importance, the feeling that a set may hold something powerful and collectible. For many fans, seeing Mega Charizard on the packaging alone was enough to make Phantasmal Flames a must-buy release. Mega Gengar X also plays a major role within the set, adding a spectral and mysterious energy to the theme. Its eerie design and ghostly presence balance Charizard's fiery intensity, creating a dynamic contrast between two powerful Megas. Many of the artwork pieces supporting Mega Gengar lean into dark, eerie visuals, wisps of smoke, ghost-like motion, and glowing features. Together, these two Megas define the emotional tone of Phantasmal Flames, part flame, part phantom. In total, the set contains 6 different Mega Evolution Pokémon X, giving the expansion depth and variety beyond just 1 or 2 headliners. This lineup allows different types and strategies to shine: fire, ghost, fighting, water, and more. For collectors, this means more chase targets and more opportunities to pull something memorable. For players, it means flexible deck building potential and new ways to approach competitive play using Mega Pokemon X as key finishers or central strategies. Among the confirmed Mega Evolution Pokemon X in Phantasmal Flames are Mega Charizard X, Mega Gengar, Mega Heracross, Mega Lopunny, and Mega Sharpedo. Each one offers unique card design, personality, and rarity potential. The variety ensures that whether someone prefers cute Pokemon, fierce ones, or simply mechanically strong cards, there's at least one Mega that resonates with them. These names quickly became part of the identity of the set, a roster that felt exciting, diverse, and worth chasing. Alongside the Mega Evolution cards, Phantasmal Flames includes 4 regular Pokemon X. These cards help balance the gameplay structure of the set by offering strong but accessible options that don't rely solely on Mega mechanics. For collectors, these X cards provide additional excitement when opening packs, especially for those who enjoy playable designs or prefer collecting specific Pokemon rather than rarities. Their presence makes the set feel complete, supporting the larger Mega theme while also offering standalone X Pokemon that fit easily into decks and binder pages without needing special evolutions or forms. Phantasmal Flames features 13 illustration rare Pokemon, each showcasing unique full art designs created in stylized artwork formats. These cards tend to feel less like trading cards and more like miniature framed art pieces. Collectors often describe illustration rares as the cards that make binder displays feel alive, since each one shows a Pokemon in a quiet or atmospheric scene. In Phantasmal Flames, these artworks lean into mysterious and fiery tones to match the set's theme. Many players chase illustration rares, not because they're needed for gameplay, but because they are visually stunning and deeply collectible. There are 17 ultra-rare cards included in Phantasmal Flames, spanning Mega Evolution Pokémon X, supportive trainer cards, and even energy cards. The ultra-rare tier is often where collectors feel the tension between rarity and possibility. Not impossibly hard to pull, but rare enough to make each appearance meaningful. Seeing an ultra-rare shimmer in a pack creates a moment of anticipation, especially in a set built around powerful mechanics. These cards bring depth to collecting and gameplay, offering mid-tier goals between illustration rares and the most sought-after special illustration cards. The set also contains 5 special illustration rare cards, the highest tier of artistic, full art storytelling in Phantasmal Flames. These cards blend the beauty of alternate art ex Pokémon with detailed backgrounds, character expression, and a sense of scene or narrative. Some feature Mega X, while others highlight supporter cards, creating a balance between gameplay relevance and visual collector's appeal. Pulling one of these feels closer to an experience than just a game mechanic. People often remember exactly where they were and how they reacted when one appeared in a booster pack. Some ultra-rare Mega Evolution X cards in the set include subtle silhouettes of their regular forms hidden behind the main artwork. It's a small detail, but it adds depth and meaning, a visual reminder of the evolution that led to the Mega State. These layered designs reward a slower look, the kind where you tilt the card in the light and let the details reveal themselves. For collectors who appreciate subtlety, these silhouettes make the cards feel personal and thoughtfully crafted rather than simply flashy or bold. The English Phantasmal Flames expansion includes many cards originally printed in Japan's Inferno X set. This import process helps unify international releases and ensures that gameplay mechanics remain consistent across regions. For collectors who follow Japanese card news, this means many Phantasmal Flames cards were already anticipated before their English versions arrived. The transition from Japanese layouts to international formats also adds excitement, letting fans compare foiling patterns, artwork differences, or slight wording adjustments between versions of the same card. Inferno X, the Japanese set Phantasmal Flames is based on, centered around Mega Charizard XX, and strong support for Fire-type and Darkness-type decks. That thematic direction carried forward into Phantasmal Flames, giving the entire expansion a focused identity rather than a random card assortment. Inferno X created the tone, intense flame, shadowy energy, and mega power, and that tone now shapes the English release as well. For players who enjoy synergy-driven sets, this alignment makes the experience feel intentional and cohesive. Phantasmal Flames exists within the 10th generation Mega Evolution era, a time when Mega mechanics were reintroduced and expanded in both the TCG and broader Pokémon media. This era aligns with the Pokémon Legends ZA branding, giving it a sense of connection to the wider Pokémon universe. Many fans enjoy when sets tie into eras rather than isolated releases, because it makes the collecting journey feel like part of a larger story unfolding across multiple products. Some promo cards in Phantasmal Flames come from previously Japanese exclusive releases, such as Starter Deck Generations cards featuring Meowth and Paldean Wooper. These import promos are often exciting for collectors because they give access to cards that were once limited to specific countries or events. It also creates the feeling that Phantasmal Flames is more than just a main expansion. It's a bridge between regions, releases, and collectors worldwide. The name Phantasmal Flames reflects two core elements of the set: the spectral, ghost like energy representing Mega Gengar, and the blue burning flame tied to Mega Charizard X. This combination of fire and phantoms gives the expansion a distinctive identity, both intense and mysterious, familiar yet eerie. Even before opening a pack, the name alone sets the mood: something powerful, something rare, something just a bit supernatural. The official flavor text for the set paints a vivid scene: searing blue flames tearing through a dark battlefield as Mega Charizard XX flies overhead. It isn't just artwork or mechanics, it's atmosphere. The description sets a tone of intensity, motion, and overwhelming power. For many collectors, that imagery is what makes this set feel alive. It turns a trading card release into a miniature story, letting players imagine a world unfolding behind the glossy surface of the cards they pull. While Charizard's flames dominate the skies, Mega Gengar X is described as rising from the shadows below, cold, eerie, and silent. Its presence feels more like a haunting than a battle entrance. This contrast creates a balance between fire and phantom themes, which define the overall tone of Phantasmal Flames. Some players love Charizard's explosive energy, while others are drawn to the quiet, unsettling power of Mega Gengar. Together, they form opposing forces within the same universe, one burning, one freezing, both unforgettable. Phantasmal Flames continues a visual direction introduced with the Mega Evolution series. Dramatic, stylized artwork that emphasizes motion, energy, and personality. Cards aren't only meant to represent Pokémon, they're designed to feel cinematic. Some look like battlefield snapshots, others look like concept art from an animated film. This approach makes opening packs feel like revealing frames from a larger story. For collectors who appreciate art as much as rarity, this style has become a defining reason to follow the Mega Evolution era closely. Multiple set guides note that Phantasmal Flames leans heavily into fire and darkness types. These types reflect the identity of the expansion: intense flames, shadowed illusions, and a dramatic light versus dark feeling woven throughout the card list. Fire represents power, emotion, and transformation. Darkness represents mystery, control, and cunning strategies. Together, they shape the mood of the expansion, giving decks built from this set a distinct identity, both in visual tone and battle style. One of the standout cards in the set is a Zacian card featuring a move called Limit Break. Even though Zacian isn't a Mega Pokemon, its inclusion adds depth and variety to the overall set. Zacian helps expand the competitive potential of Phantasmal Flames and gives players another exciting chase card that isn't tied to Mega Evolution. For many collectors who enjoy legendary Pokemon, seeing Zacian included felt like a pleasant surprise, a powerful addition to an already intense lineup. Zacian's attack, Limit Break, becomes significantly stronger when the opponent has 3 or fewer prize cards left. This mechanic creates a moment of tension late in the game, a shift where Zacian goes from powerful to potentially devastating. It encourages strategic timing and gives players an opportunity to turn the tide of a difficult match. Cards like this often become memorable not just because they look good, but because they create stories at the table, unexpected wins, clutch defeats, and dramatic momentum swings. One version of Zacian in the set features alternate artwork showing the Pokemon standing in a lush watercolor forest. The art feels calm, soft, and peaceful, a complete contrast to the intensity of the main set themes. These alternate artworks often become favorites among collectors because they feel personal and expressive. Instead of battle stance or burning energy, this artwork reveals a quieter side of a powerful Pokemon, reminding fans that even the strongest legends can exist in moments of stillness. Phantasmal Flames continues the approach seen in modern sets, offering multiple alternate art versions of the same Pokemon. These variations let collectors choose what they love most: sleek full arts, stylized illustration rares, textured ultra rares, or special illustration versions that tell a story. For those who enjoy completing collections, alternate versions create a satisfying challenge. For others, they simply offer more opportunities to find a version of their favorite Pokemon that feels just right. Pre-release tournaments for Phantasmal Flames took place between November 1st and November 9th, 2025, giving players an early chance to experience the set. These events are often one of the most enjoyable parts of a new release. Early glimpses of card interactions, first impressions of artwork, and excitement shared across tables. Many players remember their first pre-release pull far longer than their first regular pack. These pre-release events used a limited deck building format where players created 40 card decks from sealed booster pools. This structure puts everyone at the same starting point. No optimized lists, no established metas, just fresh cards and creative thinking. It feels fair, surprising, and refreshing. For many players, pre-release events aren't about winning. They're about the joy of discovery, holding a card for the first time, not yet knowing whether it will become common, meta-defining, or legendary. Phantasmal Flames is available in standard 36-pack booster boxes, with each booster containing 10 cards. For many collectors, sealed booster boxes feel like the purest way to experience a new set, full of mystery, possibility, and the quiet hope of pulling something rare. Some keep them sealed as long-term collectibles, while others enjoy opening them slowly over days or weeks. The box itself becomes part of the ritual, a container of chance where every pack could hold a regular card, or something unforgettable, a textured pull, an alternate art, or even a rare Mega Evolution X. Alongside traditional booster boxes, the set is also offered in a smaller product called a booster bundle, which includes 6 packs. These bundles give collectors an accessible way to experience the set without committing to a full box or larger premium accessory product. They strike a balance, small enough for casual openings, yet still capable of containing rare artworks or chase cards. Many players enjoy keeping a booster bundle sealed, as its compact size makes it ideal for collection shelves or future nostalgic openings. The standard Elite Trainer Box, often called an ETB, includes 9 booster packs along with a collection of accessories such as dividers, a rulebook, and storage space for cards. ETBs have become cherished collectibles in the Pokemon community, partly because they offer both utility and presentation value. For new players, an ETB provides everything needed to begin collecting or playing. For longtime fans, it becomes a display piece, something kept on a shelf, unopened, representing potential rather than outcome. Inside every Phantasmal Flames Elite Trainer box is an exclusive full art Sharkaday promo card printed in illustration rare style. These ETB promos often become fan favorites because they can't be found in regular booster packs. Sharkaday's inclusion ties directly into the fiery theme of the set, and its artwork helps tell the visual story Phantasmal Flames is designed around. For many collectors, this promo alone makes the ETB worth owning, especially if they enjoy the Evolution line or collect illustration rare style prints. The Elite Trainer box also contains 65 card sleeves featuring the Mega Evolution design theme. Sleeves like these are more than just protective, they're parts of presentation and identity. Using themed sleeves connects a deck to the set it came from, giving a sense of visual consistency during gameplay. For collectors who never plan to use the sleeves, they still serve as a display piece, a reminder of the era in which the set released and the aesthetic style that defined it. Inside the ETB, players will also find 6 custom dice, a coin flip die, and condition markers. These items support gameplay and also add a satisfying tactile experience when handling or storing them. Some collectors keep ETB dice separated and labeled by set, creating a small timeline of their collecting history. For competitive players, the dice and markers are practical tools, essential for tracking damage, status effects, and game flow during battles. A Pokémon Center exclusive version of the Elite Trainer box also exists, and it contains 11 booster packs rather than 9. These exclusive ETBs often become highly sought after because they include bonus content and sometimes feature slightly altered design details. The extra packs create a subtle sense of elevated value, and collectors often choose this version if they plan to keep one sealed and open one later, turning the ETB into both a display item and a memorable opening experience. Released alongside the set, a Mega Charizard XX Ultra Premium Collection adds another layer of hype. Ultra Premium collections are often the crown jewels of a release, large boxes with specialty items, exclusive cards, and striking presentation. The Mega Charizard X theme aligns perfectly with the spirit of Phantasmal Flames, giving collectors a dedicated product centered around one of the set's most iconic Pokémon. Inside that Ultra Premium collection is a Mega Charizard XX promo card, along with themed accessories such as sleeves, metal dice, or collectible tokens. These products are often purchased as gifts, display items, or once-in-a-lifetime openings. They sit at the top tier of Pokémon TCG releases, luxurious, dramatic, and unforgettable. For many fans, owning one feels like holding a centerpiece of the entire Phantasmal Flames release. Finally, several check lane blister products accompany the set, each featuring a single booster paired with a holo promo card such as Blaziken, Sneasel, Weevil, or Hydrapple. These items are common in stores and perfect for impulse purchases. Sometimes, a single blister pack pulled at random has more memory attached to it than an entire booster box, especially if that one pack contains a rare card or a favorite Pokémon. Some European retailers offer Phantasmal Flames themed card portfolios designed for either 4-card layouts or 9-card binder pages. These binders give collectors a structured, satisfying way to store their pulls, slowly filling page after page until the collection begins to feel whole. For many people, organizing cards is just as relaxing as opening them, a quiet moment where time slows down and each card finds its proper place. These portfolios also help preserve condition, keeping cards safe from dust, scratches, or the natural wear that happens when favorites are handled often. In countries like the Netherlands and Germany, Phantasmal Flames is listed under the Mega Evolution block with the internal code ME02, marking its place as the second main release in this era. These catalog codes help collectors track releases, especially those who enjoy collecting sealed products or maintaining historical checklists. Seeing the ME02 tag gives the set a sense of identity and structure, a reminder that it belongs to a larger progression of releases, each building on the excitement of Mega Evolution returning to the Pokémon TCG. During pre-order periods, while many stores reported extremely fast sellouts of Elite Trainer boxes and booster boxes, showing how high the demand for Phantasmal Flames was even before its release. Whenever a set tied to Charizard or major chase cards appears, enthusiasm tends to rise quickly, but this set combined that hype with the return of Mega mechanics, creating a perfect storm of collector excitement. For some, missing the pre-order window made the set feel even more desirable, turning every restock alert into a moment of hope. Some large retailers, including Amazon UK, temporarily switched to invitation-only purchase access for Phantasmal Flames products as an attempt to prevent scalping and automated purchasing. While unusual, this method helped ensure that real collectors had a fair chance to buy the set at its intended price. These controlled releases reflect how modern Pokémon sets have become more than casual purchases. They are anticipated releases, treated with the same energy as limited edition collectibles or launch day gaming hardware. Phantasmal Flames released simultaneously across major regions, including the US, UK, Europe, Canada, New Zealand, and Australia, making it a coordinated global release. This unified launch helped create a shared sense of excitement. Collectors around the world opened packs at roughly the same time, posted pulls, compared chase cards, and discussed rarity speculation. When a release is global rather than staggered, it creates a unique moment in time where everyone experiences the same anticipation together, no matter where they live. Phantasmal Flames has been marketed as a smaller, more focused release compared to the earlier Mega Evolution set. While the first set reintroduced Mega Pokémon X and built the foundation, this expansion deepens the identity rather than overwhelming players with size. A tighter set list means easier collecting, clearer strategy development, and a more defined artistic theme. Sometimes a smaller release allows individual cards, especially the rare Illustrator or Mega cards, to feel even more meaningful when they appear. Because the set is more compact, completing a full master set, including all numbered cards, is more achievable than in previous large expansions. For collectors who enjoy the satisfaction of finishing a binder, this set feels welcoming rather than overwhelming. Instead of hundreds of slots left empty, each pack feels like progress toward completion. The structure turns collecting into a calm, steady journey rather than a long stretch of uncertainty. Many illustration rares in the set highlight Ghost-type or Fire-type Pokémon, perfectly matching the theme suggested by the name Phantasmal Flames. These designs often feature moody backgrounds, glowing embers, eerie color palettes, and haunting or intense expressions. The visual storytelling connects every card to the set's identity, not random selections, but a curated group tied together by tone, atmosphere, and emotion. This consistency makes the binder layout feel like a cohesive art gallery rather than a scattered assortment. Among the special illustration rare cards are notable standouts such as Megalopunny, Mega Sharpedo, Rotom, and the supporter Dawn. These cards feature detailed artwork that feels almost narrative, offering quiet scenes or dramatic poses rather than simple battle stances. Each one appeals to a different type of collector. Some enjoy the cuteness, others the fierceness, and others the storytelling style. Pulling one of these cards often becomes the highlight of an opening session. When collectors discuss the chase cards of Phantasmal Flames, the special illustration rare Mega Charizard X and its gold variant appear at the top of nearly every list. These cards are rare, desirable, and instantly recognizable, blending iconic Pokémon identity with modern card aesthetics. For many, pulling either version feels like a once in a collection moment. Even those who never open one often consider them the symbolic crown of the set. Pull rate research from early openings suggests that special illustration rare cards appear roughly once every 80 packs in Phantasmal Flames. For collectors, that number creates a familiar mix of realism and possibility, rare enough to feel special, yet not so unreachable that opening packs becomes discouraging. Knowing the odds adds a layer of calm expectation. Most packs will be ordinary, but every so often, one contains something extraordinary. That gentle uncertainty is part of what makes the hobby comforting. The slow rhythm of opening, sorting, and appreciating each card, whether it's common or rare. With special illustration rares appearing about once in 80 packs, the math suggests that the chase card, the SIR Mega Charizard X, has odds of roughly 1 in every 400 packs. For many collectors, that number feels almost mythical. Some will chase it through sealed products, while others will eventually buy it as a single. But the rarity itself adds meaning. When something is difficult to obtain, the moment it appears becomes unforgettable, whether alone at a desk late at night or surrounded by friends during a live opening. Even rarer still is the Mega Hyper Rare Charizard, estimated to appear only once in about 1,260 packs. These cards sit at the very top of modern rarity structures, shimmering, textured, and incredibly difficult to pull. For many, the Hyper Rare isn't just a card, it's a symbol of the entire set, the peak of excitement, the final milestone, the dream pull. Just knowing it exists adds a quiet spark to every opening, even if most collectors will never see one emerge from a pack. Based on those estimates, a collector opening sealed product would need roughly 35 booster boxes on average to pull the Mega Hyper Rare Charizard. That number sounds enormous, and it is, but it's also what creates long-term chase potential. Some people enjoy the idea of slowly opening a few packs at a time, stretching the experience over weeks or months. Others enjoy watching the chase through content creators. Either way, the long odds help build the myth and magic around the card. Illustration. Rare cards, which highlight artistic and atmospheric layouts, appear at a much more approachable rate, about 1 in every 9 packs. This frequency makes them one of the most enjoyable rarity tiers in the set, balanced perfectly between attainability and excitement. Collectors can realistically pull several while still appreciating the uniqueness of each design. These cards often become the emotional heart of binders, scenes of peaceful forests, quiet battlefields, or stylized portraits that feel like tiny stories waiting to be appreciated. Ultra rare cards appear slightly less frequently, about once every 12 packs. These cards usually feature textured artwork and alternate layouts, making them visually striking while still connected to gameplay. For players, ultra rares feel meaningful because they blend beauty with strategic usefulness. For collectors, they offer another level of excitement without reaching the extreme rarity of chase cards. Pulling one feels like uncovering something special, a moment of surprise, followed by a slow tilt of the card under the light to take in every detail. Double rare cards appear more commonly at roughly 1 in every 5 packs. Their frequency helps support gameplay by making powerful or key Pokémon accessible enough for deck building without feeling overly common. Collectors tend to see double rares as the steady heartbeat of the set, not the flashiest cards, but the ones that reliably fill binder pages and keep openings satisfying. Each one is a reminder that collecting isn't only about the rarest pull, it's about building a full picture of the set. Interestingly, most rarity pull rates in Phantasmal Flames closely mirror those from the earlier Mega Evolution expansion. This consistency helps collectors and players know what to expect when opening packs. Familiarity brings calm. Instead of guessing or hoping that odds have shifted dramatically, collectors can settle into the rhythm of the pull structure. When expectations align with experience, opening packs becomes less frantic and more meditative, a slow, enjoyable process rather than a race to the rarest cards. Phantasmal Flames also introduces new trainer cards designed specifically to support Mega Evolution Pokémon X. These cards enhance strategy and give Mega-focused decks more consistency and flexibility. For competitive players, these trainer cards are just as exciting as high-rarity collectibles. They're often the building blocks that make the entire set mechanically meaningful, the kind of cards that quietly shape how matches unfold without needing flashy artwork or extreme rarity. Several supporter cards in the set also receive special illustration rare versions, giving key characters a chance to shine in detailed full art scenes. These cards often become favorites because they combine personality, storytelling, and rarity. They remind collectors that Pokémon isn't only about creatures, it's also about the world, the people, and the relationships woven through the broader universe. Pulling one feels intimate, almost personal, like finding a moment from the story printed directly onto the card. Phantasmal Flames continues a recognizable design trend where ultra-rare cards feature dramatic lighting and action-focused poses. Instead of static artwork, these cards feel full of motion, almost like a paused moment from a battle scene. Flames twist, shadows stretch, and poses lean forward as if the Pokémon is mid-strike. This gives each ultra-rare a sense of energy and intention, making it feel exciting even when simply resting in a binder. For collectors, these stylized cards offer visual storytelling, reminding them that the Pokémon world is full of movement, heat, power, and the tension of combat. Many Mega Pokémon X artworks subtly weave ghostly shapes, flames, or fading embers into their backgrounds to match the theme of Phantasmal Flames. These small artistic touches give each card cohesion with the set as a whole. Instead of being random designs, the artwork feels coordinated, atmospheric, and immersive. Sometimes the details are subtle, a faint wisp, a small burn pattern, or a soft blue glow, only visible when the card catches the light. These quiet elements invite collectors to slow down, look closer, and appreciate the care built into each illustration. Some of the artwork from the Japanese Inferno X release was reused or adapted for the English Phantasmal Flames printings. This connection between sets bridges regions and design philosophies, letting collectors compare layouts, foil patterns, and stylistic differences across international releases. For some fans, tracking which cards changed and which stayed identical becomes its own relaxing part of the collecting journey. It reinforces how the Pokémon TCG is both global and connected, with shared content adapted to fit different languages and markets. A selection of cards in the set includes silhouettes of the Pokemon's base evolutionary form behind the main Mega Evolution artwork. These subtle shadows act as a visual reminder of the Pokemon's journey, from small and simple beginnings to its powerful final form. For some collectors, this detail feels symbolic: growth, evolution, progress. The silhouettes create layered visual storytelling, demonstrating that even within a single card, history and transformation are quietly preserved. Phantasmal Flames contains at least 10 trainer cards, each adding new tools, tactics, or synergy options for deck building. Trainer cards often shape the way matches play out, not flashy but essential. They support Mega Evolution strategies, improve consistency, and expand available combinations. Many collectors overlook trainer cards at first, but over time they become some of the most valuable tools for competitive players. The presence of a solid trainer lineup helps ensure the set feels complete and thoughtfully constructed. Several fire-type Pokémon in the set receive new X or regular versions designed to work well with Mega Charizard XX. These supporting cards help build a full strategy rather than relying on a single powerful evolution. Together, they form a deck identity. Fire builds momentum, grows stronger, and pushes forward with aggressive energy. For collectors and players alike, these fire-type additions reinforce the fiery tone of the set: intense, ambitious, and full of heat. Ghost-type Pokémon such as Mismagius and Rotom appear throughout Phantasmal Flames to reinforce the phantasmal aesthetic. Their presence helps balance the fire-type power with something quieter, colder, and more mysterious. Instead of bright flames, these cards lean into shadows, wisps, and eerie expressions. Ghost Pokémon often carry an emotional tone: curiosity, mischief, or quiet intelligence, giving the set a layer of personality beyond raw power. Darkness-type support cards help Mega Gengar X shine as a competitive and thematic powerhouse. These cards focus on disruption, control, and strategic pressure rather than raw offense. Darkness support offers mechanics such as hand manipulation, energy punishment, or strategic placement advantages. Together, they shape an alternative playstyle within the set, one focused on precision rather than force. For players who enjoy strategy-heavy builds, this part of the set feels especially rewarding. Some cards were intentionally designed to work with the Mega Pokémon featured during the Legends ZA era. These connections help maintain consistency between the video game universe and the TCG environment. It feels like two mediums speaking the same language, one digital, one physical, both celebrating mega evolution in slightly different ways. For collectors who enjoy lore continuity, these links create a smooth bridge between the worlds. Promotional material for Phantasmal Flames describes the set as igniting a burning spirit of battle, a phrase that reflects its emotional tone. It isn't just a set of cards, it's meant to feel fiery, determined, and bold. That language invites players to feel excitement, passion, and intensity, even in something as quiet as organizing a binder or opening a single booster. Many fans see Phantasmal Flames as a Halloween season style set because of its blend of ghostly energy, spooky artwork, and darker themes. Although no holiday is officially tied to it, the mood feels unmistakably seasonal, eerie, atmospheric, and slightly mysterious. The fire-type intensity and ghost-type presence create a tone that feels perfect for colder evenings, warm drinks, and cozy late-night pack openings. For collectors, that seasonal feeling gives the set its own emotional identity, making it memorable not just because of the cards inside, but because of the mood it captures. Phantasmal Flames continues a long-running pattern in the Pokémon TCG where major November releases lean into darker themes, fire, shadows, ghosts, and dramatic artwork. These late-year sets often hold a unique energy, a little colder, a little slower, a little more focused on atmosphere than summer releases. For many collectors, November launches feel special because they mark the final chapter of a year in collecting, a last moment of excitement before the season quiets down. Some collectors describe Phantasmal Flames as a spiritual successor to earlier fire-centric sets like Flashfire or Obsidian Flames. Those releases were known for high-impact fire designs and powerful Charizard chase cards, and Phantasmal Flames embraces that same energy while adding its own ghostly twist. Whether or not it was intended, this connection creates a comforting sense of continuity for longtime collectors. The feeling that the flame-themed tradition lives on. Phantasmal Flames exists within the Mega Evolution series, a defining moment where Mega mechanics officially returned to the Pokémon TCGs after several years of absence. For older fans, it feels nostalgic. For newer players, it feels completely new. That dual experience gives the set a unique place in the modern era, both familiar and fresh. The return of Mega mechanics adds excitement, not just for collection value, but for gameplay creativity. Because Mega Evolution Pokémon X are exceptionally strong, they usually come with built-in conditions or higher energy costs to balance gameplay. This creates tension, the promise of extraordinary power if used carefully. Strategic players enjoy this risk-reward style, where timing and planning matter just as much as the card itself. In a way, Mega Evolution becomes a puzzle, powerful but not effortless. For some fans, that little bit of challenge is part of the fun. Booster wrapper designs for Phantasmal Flames place Mega Charizard XX front and center, surrounded by glowing blue flames. It's bold, striking, and instantly recognizable. Just seeing the wrapper can spark excitement, even before the pack is opened. For many collectors, the packaging becomes a keepsake itself, especially if they enjoy displaying sealed packs, using booster art in binders, or simply saving unopened packs as sentimental pieces of the release. Some collectors choose to keep elite trainer boxes and booster boxes sealed as long-term display pieces. There's something calming about an untouched box, the mystery inside preserved rather than revealed. Sealed collecting isn't about what's inside, it's about what could be inside. That feeling, potential rather than certainty, is its own kind of treasure. At least one store-exclusive promo exists for the set, a Genesect card marked with the Phantasmal Flames logo. These localized promos become subtle collectibles over time, not because they are powerful, but because they tell a story about where and how the set was released. Small regional exclusives like this become artifacts of the moment, reminders of the excitement surrounding launch week. Pre-release kits for Phantasmal Flames included build and battle boxes with stamped promo cards. These boxes give early players a structured yet unpredictable way to experience the set for the first time. Opening one feels like opening a small doorway into the full expansion, enough to glimpse the theme, but not enough to reveal everything all at once. Many players save these stamped promos as souvenirs. Some retailers temporarily halted pre-orders due to uncertain supply and high demand. Moments like this remind collectors just how anticipated certain sets can be. When stores pause sales, interest usually grows. Curiosity, excitement, and the feeling that something special is on the horizon. Card-focused websites and official resources have already published full visual galleries for Phantasmal Flames, giving collectors the chance to preview artwork, rarity patterns, and card numbering before opening packs themselves. For many, browsing a gallery becomes part of the collecting ritual, a quiet moment of planning, imagining future pulls, and deciding which cards feel like personal chase goals. Looking through those images can be surprisingly calming. It's a gentle way to connect with the set, even before any packs are in hand, and it helps collectors feel prepared and excited for what they may eventually discover. Competitive players are paying close attention to Phantasmal Flames because it introduces new mega-focus strategies that could shift tournament play. Mega Evolution cards bring both excitement and pressure, offering explosive power but requiring careful timing and resource management. Some deck builders enjoy that kind of complexity, where the right move at the right moment can completely change the flow of a battle. For those players, Phantasmal Flames isn't just collectible. It's a toolbox, a puzzle, and maybe the beginning of a new competitive trend. Reviewers often describe Phantasmal Flames as a blend of nostalgia and modern card design, a set where classic Mega Evolution styling meets newer rarity formats like illustration rares and special illustration rares. It feels like a bridge between generations. Older players recognize familiar mechanics, while newer collectors appreciate the refined visuals and premium finishes. This combination creates an experience that appeals to a wide range of collectors, making the set feel both familiar and fresh at the same time. Some of the cards in Phantasmal Flames are scheduled to be added to the online Mega Evolution TCG platform shortly after release. This gives players the chance to test strategies digitally before building them in physical form. For many, having access to both versions creates a smoother learning curve, a way to experiment without risk. It also helps the community settle into the set more quickly, building excitement and familiarity long before the metagame fully forms. Megalopunny X stands out in the set for its playful yet dangerous character design, an unexpected balance of charm and speed. Its gameplay reflects that personality. Fast, combo-oriented, and surprisingly threatening if left unchecked. For collectors who enjoy cute Pokémon with competitive potential, Megalopunny X offers something unique. It reminds players that power doesn't always have to look intimidating. Sometimes, it arrives wrapped in confidence and style. For collectors who prefer something other than Charizard, Mega Heracross X and Mega Sharpedo X serve as the alternative chase cards. Each carries its own identity, one fierce and armored, the other sleek and predatory. Their presence ensures that excitement isn't limited to a single mascot. Instead, the set offers multiple ways to feel rewarded, depending on what each collector enjoys most: strength, theme consistency, card art style, or simply a favorite Pokemon species. Many illustrations featuring Mega Gengar X show it rising from swirling mist or stepping out of darkness, a haunting effect that emphasizes mystery and supernatural energy. The art often feels atmospheric, like a scene from a ghost story or a moment frozen between dimensions. These quiet visual choices reinforce the tone of the set, making even a single card feel like it's part of a bigger narrative, full of shadows, smoke, and echoes. The Zacian card included in Phantasmal Flames quickly drew attention from competitive players because of its strong potential as a late-game finisher. Its power scales in a way that rewards patience, building toward a decisive moment rather than dominating early. Cards like this often develop a following, not just because of stats, but because they create memorable endgame moments, the kind that stay with players long after a match ends. Many early analyses of the set highlight its explosive attacks and high-impact finishers. Reviewers describe Phantasmal Flames as a set where power builds, pressure rises, and dramatic swings can appear unexpectedly. That intensity makes gameplay feel engaging and emotional, never fully predictable, always full of possibility. Whether through Mega Evolution power spikes or well-timed support cards, battles feel cinematic. Early market tracking shows that the special illustration, rare Mega Charizard X, along with its gold variant, is sitting at the very top of the chase hierarchy. These cards embody everything collectors love: rarity, prestige, artistry, and iconic Pokemon identity. Even before release, discussions about value and long-term collectability made these cards mythic, symbols of the set that many will chase, admire, and remember. Compared to the earlier Mega Evolution set, Phantasmal Flames contains fewer total cards. This smaller structure makes the experience of opening packs feel more focused and intentional. Instead of an overwhelming list of possibilities, collectors encounter a tighter selection where meaningful cards appear more frequently. For many people, this creates a relaxing balance, enough variety to stay exciting, but not so much that collecting feels impossible. Smaller sets often become favorites for binder-focused collectors because progress feels steady, predictable, and satisfying as pages slowly fill. Phantasmal Flames is expected to remain legal in the standard format for several years as part of the ongoing Mega Evolution block. This gives competitive players time to build decks, experiment with strategies, and adapt to evolving metas without worrying about rapid rotation. Knowing the set will remain relevant creates a sense of stability, the comfort of investing in cards that will continue to matter. For many players, long-term viability turns a collectible card into a trusted companion for future tournaments and casual play. Some commentators believe Phantasmal Flames may eventually be seen as a snapshot set, a release that captures a specific moment in the Mega Evolution revival. These kinds of sets become memorable not just because of what they include, but because of when they appear. They reflect a theme, a shift, or a returning mechanic. For collectors, snapshot sets often age beautifully. Years later, they serve as bookmarks in the timeline of the Pokémon TCG, places where the hobby looked forward while honoring its past. The release of Phantasmal Flames aligns closely with the launch window of Pokémon Legends, ZOA, creating an overlap of excitement across both the video game and card game communities. This timing strengthens the connection between the two worlds, making the set feel like part of a larger cultural moment. When TCG releases harmonize with major game launches, the entire Pokemon ecosystem feels unified, a shared celebration across formats, players, and generations. Thematically, Phantasmal Flames blends elements from Legends, ZOA, like urban neon aesthetics, with spectral and fiery visual motifs. The result is a style that feels both modern and supernatural, glowing city lights meeting haunted silhouettes and burning blue flame. This layered tone isn't just visual, it becomes emotional. The set feels alive with contrast, warmth and cold, fire and shadow, technology and legend. That balance gives Phantasmal Flames its unmistakable identity. Many collectors are planning mega-only binder pages, or spreads dedicated specifically to the 6 Mega Evolution X cards featured in the set. These pages can serve as a highlight section, a visual celebration of the most iconic pulls. When displayed together, Mega cards often feel like a small gallery, detailed, textured, and full of personality. For some collectors, arranging them side by side will be just as satisfying as pulling them. Some collectors plan to complete full playsets of every illustration rare card, not for competition, but for display. Illustration rares often feel like miniature art prints, full of atmosphere, emotion, and storytelling details. Collecting them becomes less about building a deck and more about curating a visual experience. For people who enjoy art books, quiet organization, or aesthetic collecting, these cards are a perfect fit. Because the set is relatively compact, Phantasmal Flames quickly became a favorite among binder collectors who enjoy completing a full 120-plus card checklist. With a manageable size and a clearly themed lineup, binder completion feels achievable rather than overwhelming. Every page slowly fills, and little by little, the empty spaces disappear, creating a visual journey from start to finish. For many, that feeling of completion is its own kind of calm. Some European hobby stores bundle Phantasmal Flames products with earlier Mega Evolution releases, encouraging collectors to view them as part of a connected block rather than isolated sets. These bundles help new collectors catch up, and they give returning players a cohesive way to build a collection with continuity. Seeing multiple mega-themed items displayed together often reinforces the excitement around this era of the TCG. Many reviewers feel Phantasmal Flames captures the energy and excitement of classic mega-era releases without overwhelming collectors with excessive size. It strikes a thoughtful balance, full of chase cards and exciting pulls, yet still structured enough to feel approachable. In that way, the set feels like a refined version of the mega hype of years past, modern, memorable, and comfortably focused. Phantasmal Flames continues modern Pokémon TCG design trends, including etched foiling on ultra rares and special illustration rares. This textured printing style adds depth, shimmer, and tactile feedback, making the cards feel more premium the moment they're held. Instead of simple flat gloss, the patterns catch the light in different directions, sometimes subtle, sometimes striking. This kind of foiling invites slow appreciation, tilting the card, watching shapes appear and vanish, and noticing small details that can't be seen at first glance. For many collectors, it's one of the most relaxing joys of modern TCG design. Foiling on Phantasmal Flames, Mega X cards emphasizes glowing blue fire and soft, ghostly highlights. These effects help visually communicate the identity of the set, burning power fused with spectral mystery. The flames don't just sit in the background, they seem to glow outward, giving the impression of heat and energy. Meanwhile, the cooler ghostly accents create balance, giving the artwork an otherworldly feel. When seen up close, the card almost feels alive, a quiet flicker of light sealed beneath the surface. Some design commentary notes that the Mega X card frames have been slightly reworked from older XY era Mega layouts. The differences aren't dramatic, but they're intentional. Smoother edges, cleaner spacing, and a more modern flow that matches today's visual standards. It feels like the past updated for the present. For longtime fans, these tweaks respect history while still evolving the look. For new players, the frames feel polished and natural, as if they always belonged in this generation. Many players are excited not just to see Mega Evolution return, but to finally have new mechanical support for it. In earlier eras, Mega cards were often more collectible than playable. Now, with support trainers, energy options, and synergy-focused card design, Mega Evolution feels like a meaningful part of gameplay again. It's no longer just a nostalgic memory, it's a living strategy, ready to be explored, tested, and refined. Because of this competitive relevance, Phantasmal Flames is expected to show up in tournament deck lists fairly quickly. Mega-themed events and local playgroups will likely feature new deck experiments built around the set's mechanics. Even casual players enjoy the excitement that comes with a new release, shaping real gameplay. For collectors who like seeing cards in action, this adds another layer of meaning. The idea that the card in a binder or top loader could also become a centerpiece in a winning deck. Some game shops have warned customers about bots and scalpers attempting to purchase large quantities of Phantasmal Flames sealed products online. High-demand sets often attract automated buying attempts, especially when Charizard is featured. These warnings serve as reminders that limited stock and sudden sellouts are common with popular expansions. While this can feel stressful, it also reinforces how impactful the set is. It has enough excitement behind it to create competition before release day even arrives. Guides and collectors recommend checking multiple retailers and acting quickly if sealed Phantasmal Flames products are found at retail price. The market tends to move fast during high-demand releases, and restocks can disappear almost instantly. While that urgency can feel intense, some people find comfort in approaching it slowly, setting alerts, watching quietly, and patiently waiting for the right moment. As with many recent sets, Pokémon Center was one of the first online stores to carry Phantasmal Flames products, including standard and exclusive ETBs. For some collectors, Pokémon Center releases feel special, a direct line to the brand. Items purchased there often feel more sentimental, even when identical to retail releases. It becomes part of the collecting story. This one came from Pokémon Center. Beyond headliners like Charizard, Gengar, and Zacian, several mid-rarity cards in the set show early signs of becoming competitive staples. These aren't the flashy ones most people chase, but the cards that quietly shape winning deck lists. Over time, these kinds of cards sometimes become more valuable than expected, not because of hype, but because of consistent usefulness. Some collectors already predict that non-Charizard special illustration rares, like Mega Lopunny or the Dawn Supporter, may become sleeper hits. These cards may not attract the loudest hype at launch, but they resonate with collectors who appreciate character, beauty, or unique styling. Over time, those quiet favorites sometimes become icons of a set, loved not because everyone chased them, but because someone cherished them first. Some collectors are creating binders dedicated exclusively to Phantasmal Flames, organizing them by rarity tiers for each featured Pokémon. These binders function almost like visual timelines, starting with commons and rising gradually toward illustration rares, ultra rares, and special illustration rares. Seeing every stage together gives collectors a sense of progression and structure. It turns the set into a story where every rarity has a role and every card contributes to the journey. For many, building a binder this way feels peaceful and intentional, one page at a time, slowly filling until the entire set feels complete. The set's marketing slogan, "Ignite a Burning Spirit of Battle," ties directly to Mega Charizard XX and its iconic blue flame. This theme helps shape how collectors and players emotionally connect to the release, not just as a collection of cards, but as an experience fueled by intensity, passion, and fire. A good slogan doesn't just promote a product, it helps define the tone. In this case, the message captures the energy of Mega Evolution, returning with power, confidence, and a sense of challenge. Many cards in the set feature dark, shadowed backgrounds that give the impression of battling in a spectral or otherworldly arena. These subtle choices help create a mood, one part mystery, one part intensity. Instead of bright, cheerful settings, the artwork feels dramatic and charged, almost like an echo of a battle unfolding in another dimension. When flipping through a binder, this consistency makes the set feel unified, like every card belongs to the same world, atmosphere, and story. Players who missed the original XY era Mega Evolution cards now have a new way to experience the mechanic in standard format. For many people, this feels like getting a second chance, an opportunity to build decks, explore strategies, and enjoy a system they missed the first time around. That sense of renewal makes Phantasmal Flames meaningful, not just a set for longtime fans, but a doorway for newer players to experience an important chapter of Pokémon history in a modern way. Many reviewers say Phantasmal Flames sits at a perfect crossroads between nostalgia and innovation. It brings back classic elements fans remember fondly while layering them into current card design, rarity structures, and gameplay mechanics. This balance makes the set appealing to multiple generations of players, those who grew up with Mega Evolution and those discovering it for the first time. Sets that bridge eras often become memorable because they speak to both memory and possibility. Phantasmal Flames product packaging features deep blues and blacks accented with flickers of flame, a visual combination that captures both the fire and ghost themes at the heart of the set. The packaging itself feels atmospheric, almost cinematic. Even before opening anything, collectors get a sense of emotion and tone. For sealed collectors, this artwork becomes part of the display experience, something that feels intentional enough to preserve. Many retailers promote Phantasmal Flames as a companion release to Pokémon Legends, ZA, even though the two products exist separately. This marketing overlap helps create a shared ecosystem of excitement, where the video game and the trading card game feel intertwined. Whether accidental or strategic, this connection strengthens the idea that Mega Evolution is returning in a unified way across different parts of the Pokemon universe. Some local game stores have organized Mega Nights, where players bring only Mega-era decks, including Phantasmal Flames cards, to play in themed events. These gatherings give players a focused way to explore the mechanic, meet other fans, and celebrate the set together. For many, these events aren't just about competition, they're about community, shared enthusiasm, and the joy of playing with like-minded collectors. When flipping through a binder, the combination of fire, darkness, and ghost color palettes makes Phantasmal Flames visually unique. The reds, blues, purples, and blacks create a mood unlike most standard sets. Instead of random variety, the cards feel intentionally cohesive, a curated palette that reinforces the identity of the release. This makes the binder experience feel almost artistic, like viewing a themed gallery rather than a loose collection. Some collectors and reviewers already compare Phantasmal Flames to classic Chase Charizard sets, the kind that remain iconic long after release. Even early in its life cycle, collectors sense that this set may hold long-term significance because of its design, rarity structure, and emotional connection to Mega Evolution. Whether it eventually becomes a legendary release or simply a well-loved one, the early energy around it feels promising. Some collectors like to purchase 2 elite trainer boxes, one to open and enjoy, and one to keep completely sealed because of the strong Mega Charizard X branding. There's something soothing about having both experiences, the excitement of opening one and the quiet satisfaction of preserving the other. A sealed ETB becomes a time capsule, holding unopened potential, while the opened box becomes a memory, sleeves used, cards sorted, boosters unfolded. For many collectors, this balance creates a comforting ritual, connecting both the collector and player mindsets in a single release. With 6 different Mega Evolution Pokemon X, Phantasmal Flames contains one of the highest concentrations of Megas ever included in a single English language Pokémon TCG set. This gives the set a strong identity, the feeling that Mega Evolution isn't just returning, it's taking center stage. Collectors who enjoy building Mega-themed binder pages or decks have plenty of variety to explore without relying on a single mascot. Even fans who don't chase Charizard have multiple exciting options to appreciate and build toward. Many players will first interact with Mega Charizard XX, Mega Gengar X, and other featured cards through pre-constructed promo products rather than direct booster openings. These products make the deck building process easier and help new players jump straight into play without needing dozens of random pulls. For beginners, this feels welcoming, a guided entry point into a complex era of mechanics. For collectors, it offers guaranteed access to key cards that might otherwise be extremely rare pulls. Some cards from Phantasmal Flames are expected to become part of future League promos and tournament prize support. These tournament versions usually feature alternate foils, stamps, or unique accents that make them slightly different from their booster pack counterparts. Over time, these alternate prints may become hidden gems for collectors, not always the rarest cards, but meaningful because of where they came from. A moment of participation, community, and memory. Collectors who follow market trends often track early sales data for chase cards in Phantasmal Flames to help predict long-term value. These early patterns aren't always accurate, but they offer clues. Which cards are being pulled most often, which ones are being bought quickly, and which ones seem to hold steady demand. For some, tracking this movement is its own peaceful hobby. Numbers, charts, and gentle speculation rather than rushed decisions. Websites that specialize in analytics and long-term collecting trends already list Phantasmal Flames as one of the key Pokémon TCG releases of 2025. This doesn't guarantee future value. The market always shifts, but it does show how strongly the set is positioned. When a set has cultural excitement, mechanical importance, and beloved artwork, it tends to remain relevant in both collector and gameplay circles long after its release window ends. Because Phantasmal Flames includes strong fire and ghost themes, the set appeals to collectors who organize cards by Pokémon type instead of rarity or species. For those who enjoy thematic binder pages, fire on one side, ghost on the other, this set provides both visual and mechanical consistency. Browsing through a binder organized this way feels almost like flipping through elemental chapters, each page holding its own atmosphere. The structured rarity ladder in Phantasmal Flames makes it a clear and accessible example for teaching new players about rarity tiers, from illustration rares to special illustration rares and beyond. The gradual progression between rarities creates a visual and logical pathway that makes learning easier. For beginners, this structure feels intuitive rather than overwhelming, helping them understand collecting patterns and expectations at their own pace. As the second release in the Mega Evolution era block, Phantasmal Flames helps define the tone, style, and identity of this new chapter in the Pokémon TCG. The mechanics, artwork direction, and rarity structure begin to form a template for what future sets in the block may look like. Collectors often pay close attention to second sets. They tend to set long-term expectations more clearly than the first wave. Some players plan to mix Phantasmal Flames cards with older Mega cards in casual, Mega-only cube formats. These custom draft environments allow players to experience Mega mechanics across multiple generations of design. The result is a relaxed format where nostalgia and experimentation come together, not for competition, but simply for fun, creativity, and shared experience. Many reviewers appreciate that Phantasmal Flames gives Mega Charizard X a central role without overpowering the rest of the Mega lineup. While Charizard is undeniably the face of the set, other Mega Pokémon still have meaningful presence, both mechanically and visually. This balance helps the set feel complete rather than one-dimensional. For collectors who enjoy variety, it's refreshing to see multiple megas share the spotlight, each with its own strategy, personality, and collector appeal. The result is a set where Charizard shines brightly, but the supporting roster still matters and feels worth collecting. The return of Mega Evolution X cards gives longtime Pokemon TCG players something familiar to reconnect with, almost like revisiting an old friend through a new lens. For those who collected during the XY era, Phantasmal Flames brings back memories of early Mega mechanics while offering an updated, modernized approach. That familiarity can feel comforting, a reminder of past gameplay and past openings, now reshaped for a new generation of collectors and competitive play. For newer fans who never experienced Mega Evolution during the XY era, Phantasmal Flames serves as their first introduction to Megas in the Pokémon TCG. This makes the set feel special, a doorway into a moment of history they previously missed. Instead of nostalgia, newer players experience curiosity and discovery. That combination allows the set to resonate with two audiences at once, those who remember the mechanic and those discovering it for the very first time. Despite being a more compact release, many articles highlight how Phantasmal Flames still provides meaningful deck building depth. The streamlined card pool helps strategies feel focused rather than scattered, which can make competitive experimentation more enjoyable. Instead of dozens of unrelated archetypes, the set offers a few strong identities, each with tools, synergies, and combos to explore. Smaller sets with deep mechanics often become favorites because they feel approachable without sacrificing meaningful play depth. Many collectors expect sealed Phantasmal Flames products, especially elite trainer boxes and booster boxes, to become nostalgic items if the Mega Evolution block ends after only a few sets. Limited era releases often develop a long-term emotional appeal because they capture a specific point in time. If Mega Evolution remains a short chapter, sealed products from this era may one day feel like artifacts from a moment that passed too quickly. The visual identity of Phantasmal Flames, blue fire set against dark purples and blacks, makes it instantly recognizable. Even a single glance at a booster wrapper, ETB sleeve, or display case evokes the theme of ghostly fire and mega energy. When a set has a strong, consistent aesthetic, it usually becomes easier for collectors to remember, appreciate, and revisit years later. Visual cohesion gives it personality, something distinct that stands out in a binder, shelf, or unopened display. The Phantasmal Flames logo appears prominently on pre-release stamped cards, elite trainer box packaging, and certain promos. Logos like this help anchor releases in time, giving stamped cards a built-in sense of history and place. These details often become small, yet meaningful points of nostalgia, especially once the set rotates out of standard. A simple logo can hold a quiet story. When it released, who was playing at the time, and what the game felt like in that moment. For Pokemon TCG content creators, Phantasmal Flames provides strong thumbnail potential thanks to the dramatic imagery of Mega Charizard X surrounded by glowing blue flames. Thumbnail-friendly visuals matter more than people realize. They influence how often content gets watched or shared. Sets with bold mascots and striking contrast tend to generate engagement more naturally. In that way, Phantasmal Flames doesn't just succeed as a product, it succeeds as a visual phenomenon. The combination of fiery intensity and ghostly atmosphere makes Phantasmal Flames ideal for cozy, calming content such as Fall Asleep to TCG Facts videos. The artwork alone evokes a soft mood, warm, dark, slightly mysterious, making it perfect for late night collecting sessions or quiet listening. Some sets feel loud and energetic. This one feels calm, moody, and oddly comforting. Many collectors already see Phantasmal Flames as the flagship Charizard release of the Mega Evolution era, the defining set where Mega Charizard X returns not just as a card, but as a symbol. Whether or not that prediction holds long term, the early energy surrounding the set feels significant. Some sets are simply enjoyed, others become remembered. Phantasmal Flames serves as a bridge between two communities, longtime Mega Evolution fans and newer players drawn in by the excitement surrounding Pokémon Legends ZA. It feels like a meeting point between eras, one part nostalgia, one part discovery. For returning players, it brings back beloved mechanics and familiar energy. For new players, it feels fresh, mysterious, and exciting. When a set connects generations like this, it often becomes more than just a release. It becomes a shared memory, one that different types of collectors and players can appreciate together. Because of its smaller card count and consistent theme, many collectors expect Phantasmal Flames to become a popular choice for complete sealed display binders. These binders often include the sealed pack artwork, booster sleeve designs, and the full completed card set. With matching colors and a strong visual identity, the set lends itself well to display styles where everything feels coordinated. For collectors who enjoy turning cards into a curated visual collection rather than simply storage, Phantasmal Flames offers a naturally cohesive canvas. Some collectors plan to chase every printing of Mega Charizard XX from the set, including the regular version, Ultra Rare, Special Illustration Rare, and Gold Rarity. Collecting all versions of a single card line creates a satisfying sense of progression where each rarity feels like a milestone. Completing the full Charizard evolution ladder becomes more than a checklist. It becomes a journey, with the rarest versions acting as final achievements that may take months or even years to secure. Because special illustration rare cards are so rare, many collectors won't attempt to open enough sealed product to chase them. Instead, they will purchase singles once prices stabilize. This approach removes uncertainty and allows people to collect intentionally rather than relying on luck. For some, buying singles is a peaceful way to collect, slow, steady, and strategic, while still appreciating the excitement surrounding the set. Even before release, the preview of the Zacian card generated strong interest because of its potential impact on gameplay. The way it scales in power and closes matches caught the attention of competitive players early. When a single preview card can create conversation, it helps fuel the momentum of an entire set. For some players, Zacian may become the defining gameplay card, a quiet counterbalance to the louder presence of Mega Charizard XX in collecting circles. Articles and market watchers have warned that Phantasmal Flames could sell out rapidly at launch, similar to previous high-profile expansions driven by Charizard appeal. This creates a sense of urgency, but also a sense of excitement. Knowing that a set may be limited or fast moving can make successful purchases feel rewarding. Yet, even if the rush settles, that early energy often becomes part of the set's legacy, remembered long after shelves restock. Even once new sets arrive, Phantasmal Flames is expected to remain distinct because its mega-focused identity is so clearly defined. Some sets blend into larger eras, others stand apart. With its concentrated theme, unified visuals, and collectible structure, Phantasmal Flames is positioned to be one of those expansions people continue referencing, not only as part of a block, but as a standalone moment in the hobby. Fans who love Mega Charizard XX, Mega Gengar X, and ghostly aesthetics often describe the set as a must-have, even before holding a single card. This kind of emotional response shows that the set resonates on more than just a gameplay or rarity level. It resonates stylistically. The mood, imagery, and tone evoke something that feels exciting, dramatic, and atmospheric. For some collectors, it simply feels right. Many believe Phantasmal Flames will become a reference point when discussing modern mega-themed TCG design. Whether for its rarity layout, artwork direction, or balance between nostalgia and innovation, the set represents a turning point in how Mega Evolution is present in the current era. If future sets follow a similar blueprint, Phantasmal Flames may be remembered as the one that defined the formula. For many collectors, Phantasmal Flames blends blue flames, phantoms, and mega nostalgia into a single memorable snapshot of the 2025 Pokémon TCG era. Whether someone is drawn to the artwork, the gameplay, or simply the experience of opening packs late at night, the set leaves a lasting impression. Sets like this become anchors, not just cards in a binder, but a season, a mood, and a memory. And just like that, we've reached the end of 150 Phantasmal Flames facts. If you're still awake, congratulations. You now officially know more about this set than most people pulling cards from it. And if you fell asleep somewhere back around fact 40-something, well, your brain probably still absorbed the important part. Mega Charizard XX is watching your pulls. If you enjoyed this video, make sure you're subscribed, because we're just getting started with more Pokemon history, lore, and TCG deep dives. Thanks for spending your time here, whether you're collecting, playing, or just relaxing. May your pulls be golden, may your sleeves be clean, and may your next booster finally have the card you've been waiting for. Good night, trainer.